30 seconds until minions spawn.
I don't like how we've started. So we're not protecting anything when we're standing here. We need to be here.
Okay.
Because that way you can actually protect the blue buff if they try to invade. And plus if they go around this way, you'll still be safe because you're up here. But here, when you show up like that, because you walked up to like here, if they see you, they know for sure that Jax is starting red side, and they can invade based off of that. So it's bad enough that you weren't protecting the buff, but then when you told them where he started, it was even worse. Because they know that you're not leashing when you show up.
Minions have spawned.
Nice. Okay, so we killed Cho'Gath. Okay. Everything was... Wait, where did he TP to? Oh, it just doesn't show because it's spectate. But everything was good until you stayed once he started to teleport.
I think I just got overconfident.
Yeah, you did. Which, it did work, but it's because he's a moron. That by no means should have worked in your favor. You win this too, don't you? Yeah.
I think I greeted by trying to shuffle in a little more.
Oh. But works out. We're used to got blue buff. Walking back to lane. Tiamat. Did we have enough gold?
I think I forgot to buy all any control word system.
Yeah.
That's something I have to remember.
Also, during that entire fight, you didn't use your health potion. Okay, no, you didn't have enough gold to buy control word. So you were fine here, but you really should use that health potion earlier during that whole 3 different fights. Way riskier than it had to be. Good, you run him over because you're 3-0. Oh, go for the wave. 7-2. Ah, okay. Yeah, go with Dara lead.
I think I eat the wrong direction, which really messed up the play.
I'm trying to figure out why you ulted him.
I think I tried for a dive that threw was up on him, but then I eat the wrong. I don't think even then I
Oh,
still.
I see. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. There's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't dive here. First, you don't know where Echo is, which he ends up showing up. And you, as you mentioned, are really far ahead. You're level 6, he'll be level 4. Yeah, 4 kills up on him, you have a bounty. You don't have to dive him. You've already won the lane. So, your whole goal is to pressure this, pressure the next wave, and then leave. Because you just go get vision and prepare for the next wave. That way you don't risk all of this. It's completely unnecessary. And it just gives Cho'Gath a chance to come back into the game. Because when you're ahead, your goal is to reduce risks as much as possible, and the only time you should be taking risks is when you have to. Like, if you're really far behind. And it's just desperate. But then this happens. And I'm writing most of this down, and I'll give it to you after the session, so you don't have to worry about remembering it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, so he's dead. At least he should be dead. Yeah, okay, he's dead. Hey. I would have liked for you to throw an award down while you're next to the bushes. But you still have not dropped.
I think that's something that I really gotta work on.
Yeah. Cho'Gath TP still down. For the next wave. He comes back. Another good time to ward. Gauge on him. Kill him. We'll win that too. See if there was an instance now where you could buy the control ward.
Probably.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah, you could've. Especially when you're gonna be playing this aggressively. You really need it. Because you're gonna be further up in the lane.
The middle laner is also really ahead.
Clear the wave. Dive him. Good. Ports. Get cleaver. Oh, yeah, I'm really curious how we lose this after this point.
Honestly, I was surprised too.
My guess is that you get cocky again multiple times.
I mean, I guess you could call it that.
Here. Pushing the wave out. We don't have a ward up, but that's okay because all of them showed bot side, excluding Lux, who's mid. Assuming you were looking and saw that.
Probably not.
Yeah. And if you don't see that, you definitely need to be warding before you push the turret, so I should have been seeing a ward here or here. Echo shows up, we back out. See how much gold do we have? Yeah, almost 2,000. So once we clear this wave and get the turret, we need to leave. Boop, boop, boop.
Nice.
Yeah. Looks like we're about to overstay here. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. Way unnecessary.
I should have recalled in the bush.
Oh, yeah.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Alright, so we're 9 and 1. We, mid, and we're going top. I really don't like that you're top right now, and I'll explain why in a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Me and Rumble both trolled.
Yeah.
Earlier.
Yeah. So here shows one of the reasons why I don't want you top. Because you've pushed it all the way to the 3rd turret, it's really hard for you to do anything. Because they can get to it faster because it's closer to their nexus. And then another important reason I don't want you top lane is because when you're pushing a lane like this, what is the purpose outside of just taking the turret? Has something to do with pressure.
I mean, yeah, I guess like just forcing them to back. Oh, and then my team starts to fight.
Okay. So, what I'm looking for is like, so if you are pushing this turret, they cannot help someone on the other side of the map because they're stuck here. Like, so Cho'Gath, he can't do anything to get to the bottom side. So, your goal when you're pressuring a turret is to pressure away from something else. So, for example, Rift Herald is up. However, the dragon isn't. So, when you're pressuring here, there's nothing that you're pulling pressure from. But if you go bottom and you push this turret, not only is it safer because it's the second turret, but also your team can get the Drake if the enemy team tries to send multiple people. And that's just the basic split pushing idea. Which is something you need to really be comfortable with if you're building Titanic Hydra, as you are on Kled.
In the Rumble, this part
Yeah.
with me.
Okay, mid lane. Trying to set up a fight, which I really don't like. Yep, goes badly. So, the reason this fight goes badly. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th one's down there, kind of invisible on the screen. But 5 enemies are all mid lane. Here to 5 war. Oh, you actually couldn't see the 5th one, but they're there. And you can assume that because everyone else is here. Now, you guys, you have 1, 2, yourself back here without ultimate, so it's going to take you a little bit, and Orianna here. Now, if you notice, that's 4v5. You don't win. Because Jax is back here. If you had waited for Jax, this would have been great. But you got a little bit impatient, and you just went in anyway, and then it goes terribly. So even if, let's say you didn't think this was a good idea, and you saw that was a bad idea, you need to be careful pinging them, and then pinging that Jax is alive so that they understand they need to wait on him. But then this happens, and this is how games can get thrown in the opposite direction really quickly.
Yeah, I think that's them again, the double really.
Clean up, kinda.
I just died here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Once again, we lose it because we still have less people. They're able to kite you easily. Hey. No, oh god. Whoa, what are we doing with this?
Okay, before the Cho'Gath showed up, like, around top lane,
Huh?
and then I thought maybe I can, like, cut him off because I don't. Wait, did I have ult?
You did not have ult. It was burned from team
Well,
fight. You had 28 seconds on it.
I thought I could, like, cut him off and just kill him. Turns out he wasn't there. He just took
Yeah.
wave and then left.
So even if Cho'Gath was top, that's still the incorrect play. Because you're burning teleport for potentially 1 kill, which really isn't worth it. Because then you're on a 6-minute cooldown, and he's just going to be up within 30 seconds or so. He's also 0-7, so you get almost no gold off of him. And if people were around this ward, you're screwed. Because you can't cancel it. What I would prefer you to do is to go bot lane, hold on to that teleport, and then do what we were talking about earlier, where because the objective that's on the opposite side, if people run to you bottom when you're going for the turret, you can just teleport to Baron.
Yeah, I think, like, one, like, really bad problem I have is I don't play far away from objectives when I have teleport.
Mm-hmm. And then here, because we're top lane, in order to not split the minion gold and experience, your team has to go elsewhere. And so that's less people that can help at Baron. Because when the bot laners go bottom, that's only 3 people that can move to Baron. Instead of 4. And this happens. I really think you could have just fought them. Echo is 6-2, maybe.
I thought maybe Cho'Gath ult would just one shot when I was off.
He doesn't do much damage though, because he built full tank. And then here, the problem is anytime that you're going to pressure something, as I mentioned earlier, you need to be having pressure on the opposite side of the map. So, all of your teammates are either dead or they recalled, because you've got 2 here. 2 here, Rumble, Kog'Maw are dead, so you are the only one that they can actually move to. So there's nothing stopping them from sending all 5 people to kill you. But if they were pressuring here, then they have to choose either the turret or send people to you. Or not send people to you. Happens. Caught. Okay.
Oh, I think this is where I just got my food.
Oh,
I had food coming.
Killing spree.
You weren't able to just eat it after the game?
No, it's like, I ordered food.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Once again, wrong lane. We go mid. This is good. Wasted ultimate there, but outside of that, it was good. You go to match Cho'Gath. That's fine. Good. Problem with doing the Baron. Hogmaw is dead. Rumble is low HP. Orianna is low HP. So the only people that can actually do anything are Jax and you. So this is really, really risky. I mean, Rumble gets blown up. Orianna gets blown up. But in the end, it's not that bad. It's just you don't have the clear to be able to do that. Now when they int, it gets bad. I like the GA.
I think I just went for survivability right now.
As you should be on Kled, late game. Okay, I'm hoping we go try to set up vision on Dragon, which it looks like we are. Good. Hey, oh, way too aggressive. Way too aggressive. Reason it's a problem?
I also just went in alone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. They don't have the mobility to follow you on that. But you do have GA though, so it does help in that.
I think I just messed up our team really good.
And then it all goes downhill. He didn't have Rumble because he was dead. And Bard was able to make it to the fight. I mean, they get Baron. Yeah. Get Ant. Yeah. So, it's pretty obvious that we're gonna get the Baron. You're the only one that can do anything. And they have Smite, so it's better just to give it up and push the mid lane. The reason that you push the mid lane is so that when they get the Baron buff, it takes them longer to push the minions towards your turret, because you'll have the minion wave here instead of here, so they have to go through this distance. And it stalls for your teammates a little bit.
So I went in without like G or Ceres.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't have mattered if you had
Yeah.
GA, but
Fair enough.
you were 100% dead either way. Jax with the Ant, my man.
I'm not sure how Bard does so much. Like, if you check the damage charts after the game.
It went full damage. Game goes on for a good while longer. Engage. Killing them. Good, we respect that they're back up. We go and just wait. This is all good. Our goal right now should be to set up for the dragon, but we went too far up, it looks like. Okay, good. We dodged the Bard ult. That was good. Only problem is now we don't have ult for dragon. Yep. So...
Blue team's inhibitors respond soon.
Okay, that was all good. We got really greedy. Really greedy. Okay.
I think I died.
Yeah. So... what should we have done instead of this?
I mean, since we already won that fight, I feel like we should just continue. I mean, I should have saved it for my team, or at least I tried to zone them off.
Yep. Should have just been Baron. You don't have to zone them off, really. Just focus on getting the Baron and you're fine. And then they stole it because you weren't helping them to deal the damage. Good. Ah. Perfect. Killer? Okay. What do we do now? Good.
I tried deeping and then like
Yep.
stopping.
Okay. Everything was good until you left top lane. You really shouldn't have left. You needed to keep the pressure top lane.
Yeah. The only reason I thought I mean the only reason I left is because when Bard went missing, I thought he was walking after Dragon, but even if he was, which he wasn't, like he still wouldn't have gotten there.
Yeah, there was no way he stole that dragon.
Mhm.
He had Jax with Smite and 3 other people. But now we have Elder, so we should be able to win fights.
Yeah, but somehow we don't.
I would assume it's because you don't wait for Kog'Maw.
I think Kog'Maw gets here, so I think it's because I dabbed way too far. Like we should have just thought.
Okay, so he does get here. Let's see. Okay, Lux Way Soul. Yeah, you did go too far. So going on the Cho'Gath was good, but then after that you should have immediately gotten out. Just as soon as Lux Snare ran out. Or Root, whatever it's called. Actually, you would have still lived if you didn't hit Echo after your passive popped. Because you killed Cho'Gath, you were hitting Echo, passive pop. Passive pops, you walk out, you're fine. But because you hit him again, you drew the turret aggro, and it shot you. That's why you died there. Jax kind of ints. Bard gets a good ultimate. Okay. And fight. Looks like they end. Okay. So I'll go ahead and start typing these out, and then as I'm typing out my notes, you can ask me any questions or after, whichever.
I mean, was there anything I could have done like to help bot lane out?
Your job isn't to help bot lane. So bot lane got stomped. There's nothing you can do about that. Your job, well, actually, you could have helped bot lane. So every time you went top lane, your bot laners had to keep dealing with Senna and Bard. If you had gone bot lane after you stomped top lane, then they would have had to send the bot laners to stop you, and they wouldn't have kept getting fed off Kog'Maw and Orianna. So that was the main reason why they continued to die.
So I think I just didn't abuse my lead hard enough.
No, it's well, you tried too hard to abuse your lead. That's the problem. It's not that like you kept trying to force the same thing over and over again, just down their throat when it wasn't gonna work. And so you kept throwing your lead because you kept trying to force that third top turret. Or that first dive. Stuff like that.
Okay.
It's because you're not playing patiently enough is the actual problem. You're trying too hard.
Okay.
But... So... Kill... and so this is talking about like level 2, when you killed the Cho'Gath and he TP'd in, but you still won it. That shouldn't normally work because they would have an item advantage, but he was a monkey.
Was there nothing about wave management that I may have done wrong? If that, like, you...
Not really, because you had TM out.
Okay. I think, like...
Wave management kind of goes out the window once you get TM out.
Okay. Like, before I got team out, I think, like, wave management is kind of a hard concept for me. So I need to learn that.
So that's going to come down to what you're trying to do in the lane. You were able to be really aggressive because the Cho'Gath wasn't playing well, and he was also weak level 1. So when you just kept killing him, it worked. But if he wasn't able, or if you weren't able to just run him over, then you should have been looking to have him push into you, and then you chase him down from your side of the lane. Which, I'll give you more on that in a second. Let's see if I can find it. I have a little list of reasons to split versus freeze. Speaking of which, do you know how to freeze a wave?
I mean, just, like, hit it until it's really, really low. Like, the minions.
Okay, so what is really, really low?
Like, even, like, a hit from, like, one of the front, what are the minions called? Not casters? Not siege.
Melee?
Yeah. Like, until, like, maybe even a melee minion to kill the other minion.
Okay. I'm not actually sure what you're talking about. You might.
Okay. I think I explained it really bad.
Yeah. Okay. So freezing a wave is where.
I mean, I think I did it a few times against Cho, like where he tried to walk up for CS, but then I would freeze it. So like,
No,
deny
you didn't
him.
freeze.
Okay.
You didn't freeze at all this entire laning phase. So freezing the wave is when you hold a minion wave in the same spot for an extended period of time. So the typical spot is to hold the wave like here in front of your turret. And you just keep it there. So that way, Cho'Gath has to walk all the way up here to last hit minions. And it makes it vulnerable to ganks. It makes it easy for you to farm because you have your turret right here. Easier to chase him down because you have more space. And the way that you do that is by the enemy having more minions on his side than you do on yours. So, which this is about to be really scuffed, but there are better examples on YouTube that you can probably find. See. There's like...
Is there like one, well, like, not, I guess YouTube channel that like is really like educational or like helpful?
For this in particular, or just in general?
Just in general, actually.
I upload all my coaching sessions, or at least most of them, on YouTube. That might be beneficial. Trying to think of good YouTube for in general. So a lot of them are just meme channels at this point. I think Renekton Top Only is also good for educational stuff.
Okay.
He doesn't do just Renekton stuff. But anyway, so when it comes to this, if you guys have the same amount of minions on each side, then this is gonna stay in the middle of the lane, or the minions will, because they're gonna kill each other at the same speed. But if you have the same amount of minions, so 0 difference, at this point, and it's closer to your wave, then it's gonna go back towards his side. Reason being, because your minion wave will get here faster than his will, because his has to go all this way to get here. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then it progressively gets more and more as you go further and further down the lane. So in this case, for this line, you would need him to have 1 extra minion so that it evens out your minion wave getting there first. And if you keep it at that, so let's say he has 6 minions and you have 5, the wave will stay right here if you both push it at the same amount. But if you do it here, then you need him to have 2 extra in order to keep it the same. And then here is like 3, and then right outside the turret range is 4 minion difference. And it's the same thing for him. If he wants to have it in front of his turret, he needs you to have 4 extra minions. That's the basic of what freezing is and how you would do it. You just have to maintain that minion difference.
Okay. So if I want to freeze away, just make sure that he always has a little more than me, so it will push into my direction.
Yes.